Hello guys, this is Ghost Time. Today I'm gonna show you a replay from my SDI. Also, happy Chinese New Year. It's been a normal day, let's be honest. Nothing's really changed. Also, I'm just gonna say, in the replay, the SDI is gonna be stock. So, I've got two SDI replays. I'm gonna show you both of them. Actually, give me 1 second. I'm not gonna show you that one, but yeah. Let's get started. So, first game. This is a battle in... I believe this is the way. This is a battle in New Bay. As you see here, I've got the stock turret currently equipped on. This is because I was grinding still for the stock turret, but now I've got the top turret. I'm going to grind for the engine. I've got the same exact BL9S, or is it just the BL9 gun, on the SD1. You get it from, again, the maxed upgrade. You get it from the IS3. And I suggest you to actually play the IS3 and get the top gun before you go and play the SDI. Now, playing the SDI stock, yeah, 175mm of penetration is not going to do well at all. In fact, it's probably going to be very bad. So I'd rather want you to splash HE over a motion than having to deal with very bad AP pen. Now, see, my team has gone over to the bridge, or the eastern side of the map, while the enemy has gone down to the west, as you can see by here. Now, being top tier gives me quite a bit of advantages, as well. Let's just say that the tanks aren't as heavily armored as tier 8, and especially with the 175mm of penetration, I can really help you against tier 8 or even tier 7. And that's if someone goes in a platoon with tier 7, someone else goes in tier 8. But if it's World Tanks PC, yeah, going into tier 7 is pretty good in World Tanks PC. But this is World Tanks Blitz. So, bad shot from me. I think I fully aimed it, just went into the track somehow. And on this, this gun has 0.4 meters of dispersion. With currently, I believe this was like when I had like 75 or 76% trained crew. So yeah, it's not great. There'd be even worse with a 175mm gun. Currently, I have not bothered to fix my observation deck. Well, the only reason why is probably because I don't really need it. I mean, the observation deck, I think it's only for view rate and stuff. But when you're like a frontline brawler, it doesn't really matter, because you're right against someone. As you see here, the top turret has a lot more armor than the first turret you get, also known as the Object 701 turret. I think that's what it's called. I'm not exactly sure. Now, I've only just realised we've actually got tier 7s on both sides. ISU's going to be a really big help, as he will be a distraction in the later game. And I'm only going to just say it now. I think this is the 1 versus 2 4. So, the rest of my team decides to just melt. I'm going to go after this tier 7. As you see, this tier 7 medium, he's got like 150mm of penetration. Yeah, it's not even going to go through a stock turret on the SDI. It'll be even a bigger pain when you get to tier... Bye! Excuse me for 1 second. I don't know what happened there, but... yeah. So, around the P43 turn, the ISU is going to get pretty beaten up by the email and T49. As you see, the email 2 is a one-shot from me, but the T49 is a HE shot. The ISU is also one-shot, and now it's dead. That's not good. I'm in a 1 versus 2 in stock IS. I'm an SDI. So, what's the first target? Well, primarily, I'd say email 2, as it's the more dangerous target, not to mention it can penetrate you, and it's also a one-shot. So, I'm going to get rid of him with an APCR shell, and now you got T49 who flops his shell on me, and he's going to run away. But I've almost done reloading, so I get a HE shell, and let's just say he's dead. Luckily, I got a high roll there. A high roll within HE, so if it wasn't, well, then the match would go on a little longer. Next replay, Vineyards. So, top tier again. A bit obvious because I am bottom tier. Well, no, I've got the stock turret. Never say words correctly. So, I'm gonna go. I don't remember, but let's just say the chat is kind of weird. So I don't know. I think I went to the middle. Yeah, I went into the middle of the map near the bridge and near the cap circle. And I just realised this is also the game mode, realistic mode. So basically, you only do your average damage. So with the BL9 gun, you can only do 400 damage with AP. With HE, you can only do 500 unless if you fail, and APCR is about 370, I'd say. Also, it's realistic, so you won't be able to spot the tanks. So they're like hit points, like that T-54's like 1,400 that won't pop up. You have to actually, well, point towards the target yourself. Like you see that lurver which just disappeared? Yeah, he's actually there. Another thing is that it's always supremacy, which I don't like. Especially when you're growing those stock tanks. Yeah, it's kind of painful. So as you see, I'm trying to work on my tank. This tank is good at side scraping. The KV4 is good at side scraping, so is the IS4. I'd say this line is very good at side scraping. And once you get top turn on the SDI, yeah, you can go hull down as well. With not to mention 8 degrees of gun pressure. So Lerma takes out my track, but I finish him off with an APCR pen, just to make sure that I don't flop a shell, so I don't lose any more hit points. And I go towards the C-Mill, who is almost a one-shot. Just a little ram. No ram. Little lad. He is using the stock gun, which gives me an advantage, but he does die to the waffle. So, as you see here, this tank is pretty much like a T95. Super slow. It's just got a turret, weaker armor, and it's got worse gun. As you see here, the enemy team has decided to cap every single base. They've already captured base B, which I don't know why my team won't get, and base C, which most of my team is actually already around. So, the T-32, 2-shot here. I track him, and I go for a little ram. I do lose some hit points in return, which I don't think I know. And, yeah, T-32 is going to try and get a bounce off me, but I just load in HE. This is a 122mm caliber gun. And there's the T-49. A little good finishing off kill. 1 AP shell. Boom, and a little ram which finish him off. Good eating. So that's the STI as a stock tank. Well, without this gun. The 122mm D25T. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But now I've got the top turret, which makes it look like an SDI with 200 more hit points. I'm going to be grinding to the IS4. I've already got down to half the XP price. And from here, stats go up. Everything goes up, other than the concealment, which is kind of understandable. It is a heavy tank, and yeah. Other than that, everything is good. The STI is a pretty good tank. Once you max it out, that is. Currently, it's an okay tank for me. It's just a little sluggish, but other than that, it's pretty good. Though I do have to say one thing. Don't play with this gun. You can tell because, yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, just look at the Tier 8, the KV4, with the same exact gun, the D25T. Yeah, it's already a pain. But just playing it one tier higher, it's like you're playing... Basically, in terms of WoT PC, it's basically playing a 25 TP, that Polish medium tank, with the stock gun with 50mm of penetration. That ain't gonna go through anything except tier 2 and maybe some tier 3s. Yeah, this is basically the same example if you have that gun at tier 9. You're not even able to penetrate tier 7 heavies. Well, some of them anyway, like the Gravedigger, the Annihilator, unless if you go for that bottom plate. This tank, I'm not sure if it's recommended for beginners, but I'd say go for the IS line. It's faster. The IS-7 has got more alpha, but it does have less armor, so if you make a mistake, yeah, you can be beaten up, and its ammo rack is at the front. But other than those two, it's pretty solid tank for beginners. The SDI, I'm good. This line is jack of all trades. It's good tank all around. Good armor, good penetration, good alpha, 420. And there's not really any cons other than probably slow speed, I'd say. Also, in the training room in my grill, someone had an IS-4. I looked down just to see how red it was. The turret was full on red, but the hull was, let's just say, not so red. So, if you're going to IS-4, do not go up a grill 15 frontally, because you can get kind of wrecked. So basically, don't go towards anything with more than 270mm of penetration. That means the Yagaroo, the Hori, the FV215B183, the American, the T110E4, the T110E3. So basically, don't go against about every tank destroyer. That includes the Wheezy 113 GFT, the AMAX 50 Foch 155. And the Russian ones, Object 268 and Object 263. So don't go up against any tank destroyers frontally in your IS-4. Unless if you're going hull down or you're side scraping. Because if you shoot your hull, yeah, you're gonna get crushed. Especially those big 188mm shells. I'm talking about this thing here. Well, 183mm. Close enough. Oh, I forgot the FV405. Yeah, definitely be careful on the IS-4 when it comes to going against tank destroyers, exposing your hull. I don't know what I said, but yeah, that's all I've got for this episode. See ya.